Who would have thought that we would be making rant videos about my favorite thing in the entire world, Major League Baseball, in back-to-back days? But you all really responded well to my Astros rant video, The Astros Must Be Stopped. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to do yet another rant, but I promise you this one's not going to be as long because the Hall of Fame votes, they come out tomorrow, January 21st. So I thought I need to make this video right now so you guys can see how messed up the voting process is. I love the Hall of Fame. I have been there. It is absolutely breathtaking. If you are a baseball fan and you have not been to the Hall of Fame, that should be number one on your bucket list because it'll change your entire perspective on the game. There's been so many amazing accomplishments, but that's all besides the point. What we're going to be talking about today is the fact that these dudes that are in charge of 10 votes, every Hall of Fame voter gets 10 to spare. Whether you want to give one to Barry Bonds, another one to Roger Clemens, another one to Curt Schilling, you have 10 individual votes and you can use them all or you cannot use them all. And the best way that I can kind of process this is this. I think that they don't use all of their votes so that other players have a better chance of getting in. So if you really want Derek Jeter to get in, you could just put Derek Jeter on your ballot and not give any other player a vote. And that's exactly where I draw the line because there are two players on this list and one voter that I am going to talk about in depth today. Peter Gammons, you guys probably know who Peter Gammons is. This guy right here, when I was a kid, I actually didn't really mind him, but as he's progressed through his baseball career, it seems like his opinions are getting worse and worse and worse. And this is where I had to say something. Peter Gammons voted for Todd Helton and Larry Walker in 2019. Less than a year ago, he voted for two players, Todd Helton, Larry Walker. And in 2020, here is his ballot. Who is missing? Todd Helton and Larry Walker. Who is on the ballot? Jeff Kent. So what I did is I created a little script. I might throw it up for you guys. But he voted for two players a year ago, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, decides, you know what, they're not Hall of Famers, even though between the two of them, they have 10 combined Gold Gloves, over 700 home runs, and like a combined 950 career OPS between the two of them. And also, they both have a higher career WAR than Jeff Kent. But you're telling me that they both deserve to be dropped off the ballot and have Jeff Kent added, so that's just, I don't know what kind of stuff he's smoking, but Peter Gammons, he is the reason why Hall of Fame voting is now a joke. Also, how is Mariano Rivera the first unanimous Hall of Famer ever? Why was that not Ken Griffey Jr.? I need a break. So we're back. I think I'm ready. I just got a drink of water. Now, the one thing I do have to say about Peter Gammons is he can vote for whoever he wants to, all right? But then he added this to the madness. The reason why I am so just dumbfounded and a little bit upset right now, because I was a big Todd Helton fan growing up. He only voted for 6 players. Like I said before, every single voter gets 10 individual votes. You vote for 2 guys in 2019. They're on the same ballot this year. You have 4 votes to spare and you choose not to vote for them. That's egregious. And then the cherry on top is Peter Gammons came out and said that he hopes Larry Walker does not get in by missing 1 vote. He actually just said that. He said that he hopes Larry Walker does not miss it by 1 vote when he could have voted for him. He voted for him last year, so how come he's not going to get his 2020 vote? It makes absolutely no sense, and the biggest argument against these two guys, Todd Helton and Larry Walker, is the fact that they played in Coors Field. Everyone knows that the Coors Field effect is a thing because you play at a higher elevation. What does that mean? The air is thinner, so the ball is actually able to travel further. And also, the outfields are huge. There's so much running room. Even if you're Harrison Bader, you can't track down every single ball, even with your range and everything. But let's just go ahead and talk about something real quick. So the average OPS, so a league average OPS in 2019 was 758. Todd Helton and Larry Walker both had a 950 OPS for their careers. But everyone's saying it doesn't count because they played at Coors Field. Larry Walker's road OPS, so away from Coors Field, was 865. That is higher than George Brett's entire career. Todd Helton had an 855 OPS on the road. That is higher than power hitting Reggie Jackson, who had, I think, an 847 career OPS. So the fact that Larry Walker has a higher road OPS than George Brett's career, he also has 7 Gold Gloves. The big knock against him is that he only has 2,100 base hits. Okay, fine, maybe you can use that against him. But Todd Helton, the same argument is applied to him in terms of the Coors Field effect and that he doesn't have 3,000 base hits. It's nonsense at this point. And Peter Gammons, what are you thinking? You voted for them less than a year ago. You leave them off, and you still have 4 votes to spare. I know you want Barry Bonds in. I know you want Derek Jeter to be a unanimous Hall of Famer, but there are extra votes, and you could put Larry Walker and Todd Helton on the ballot. Larry Walker, he will not be eligible to be a Hall of Famer next year if he doesn't get voted on this year. It's its final year of eligibility. Also, one more voter I do want to talk about. I like to call him the Sauce Man, Jon Heyman. He always misspells things. He's just not very proper on Twitter, and maybe that's because he's of age. I don't know how else to say. He's elderly. He used 5 out of 10 votes, and then he was so ashamed of his ballot that he put it through the rinse cycle in his washing machine because it looks like a math test on the bottom. Like my calculus test from college, I always shoved them to the bottom of my backpack because they were D's, and I was so ashamed of them, and I think that's what happened to Mr. Heyman. He used 5 out of 10, did not vote for Larry Walker or Todd Helton. So that's the video. The Baseball Hall of Fame, the voters, they're on some sauce. They're smoking some good stuff. And I want you guys to comment down below, what is your opinion? Do you think that Barry Bonds or Roger Clemens are Hall of Famers? Do you think that Todd Helton and Larry Walker deserve to be held out because of their Coors Field effect? I provided the stats. Their road OPSs were still amazing. They could absolutely mash. And I just don't understand Peter Gammons. I don't understand Jon Heyman. We need new voters or a new voting process. I'm done. Peace.